All right, I thought I'd spare you from the whiteboard another day here, and I'm going to do these problems here on paper from the study guide, and you can check your answers. Just make sure you comment under this video on the stream that you comment that you watched it for the attendance. There's not going to be an assignment today, no assignment grade, but I do need to still take attendance, so make sure you comment under this video that you watched it. Just put, hey, I watched the video, and that way I can count you here. This problem here, you got to do the double sign, change it. It's going to become 7 plus 3. The negative becomes 7 plus 3, which is 10. Okay. This one, there's no, let me go to number 2. There's no double signs here. There's no sign by another sign. It's just a positive and a negative number, and so you subtract the 2. 12 minus 8 is 4, and the bigger number is negative, so it's negative 4. Same thing with these two. It's a positive and a negative. Subtract them. 17 minus 3 is 14. The bigger number is positive, so it's positive 14. This one is a multiplication problem because there is nothing in between the parentheses, okay? See, this is different here because there's a plus sign in between the number, this number, and the parentheses. So this is not a multiplication. This one is. Negative times a negative is positive, so it's positive 12. 3 times 4 is 12. This one is negative 3. You got a double sign here, negative 3 plus 2. Now you've got a negative and a positive, so you subtract them. 3 minus 2 is 1. The bigger number is negative, so it's negative 1. Division, positive divided by a negative is negative, so it's negative 3. This is a double sign. This is not multiplication because there's a sign in between the number and the parentheses. So it's 5 plus minus, which becomes 5 minus 3, and 5 minus 3 is 2. This is negative 2. This becomes a minus 5. They're both negative, so you add them. And they're both negative, so it's a negative 7. And the main thing is going to be identifying whether you're adding, multiplying, subtracting, and then going through. If you're adding and subtracting, then you go through your two-step process. Change the double signs, and then if the signs the same, you add the numbers. If the signs are different, then you subtract the numbers. This is multiplication because there's no sign in between. So negative 21, one of them's negative, one's positive, so the whole thing's negative. Same thing with this. There's no sign in between, so it's multiplication. So it's negative 10. This one is a positive and a negative number, so you're going to subtract them. I'm going to do this over the side so that you can see where I got my number. 27, the bigger number is negative, so it's negative 27. Same thing with this one. Okay, 83 minus 17. 66, the bigger number is positive, so it's a positive 66. This one's a division. It's a negative divided by a negative, so it's a positive 5. 10 divided by 2 is 5. It's positive. This one, you got a double sign, and 4 minus 3 is 1. And this one is subtraction. They're both negative, so you add them. So you're going to get 37, and they're both negative, so it stays negative. It's negative 37. Okay? So go through, watch those, get used to how they look. Go through and practice them again. If you missed several, go through and look at your steps again. If you just missed 1 or 2 just because of a math mistake, just kind of make sure you're careful and take your time with your math there. And anyway, make sure you comment under the video that you watched so I can count you present for the day. Thanks, guys.